Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and we're going to be talking about the Flantastic Seven campaign that's going on right now for JP's 5th anniversary. And it's an amazing campaign where you can get upwards of 8 to 9 free reverse medals, and there is a lot to like about that. Number one, these 8 medals you can get for free. You technically could get them without needing to spend any jewels whatsoever, so that's amazing. Number two, they're reverse medals. We don't really have a lot of reverse medals that are meta level that we can get traits on, so it's pretty sweet to be able to get these for free, which leads us into number 3 with traits. Now, a lot of people are able to get the reverse medals from the current banners that are out, but they won't come with any traits. And if you're free to play, you don't buy VIP, you don't have access to those cheap traits via the Moogle shop, being able to get some free reverse medals and have traits on them is a pretty sweet deal. I talk about it all the time, but traits are the difference between an A-class medal and an S-class medal. And even though these medals aren't the best reverse medals in the game, to have traits on them could make them better than certain tier 10, certain Supernova plus medals that are meta but don't have any traits. So this is a really sweet campaign, but the next thing you need to know is how do you get them? So you don't spend jewels on them, you don't pull for them. How you get them is by collecting these Sora and Moogle B medals. Now, one big thing to note is that these Sora and Moogle B medals also increase the strength of your medals similarly to Chips and Dale's, but if you get these Sora and Moogle Bs, do not spend them. They will not tally the ones that you use, they will only tally the ones that are in your inventory. So you get the Flantastic 7 based on the number of Sora and Moogle Bs that you have in your inventory by the end of the campaign, which is October 7th, and pretty much these are descriptions of all the medals. Again, they're all just okay, with the Flantastic 7 actually being pretty relevant. And then you have this list down here which shows you, okay, based on how many Sora and Moogle Bs you have, what are you going to get? And these rewards get increasingly bigger based on how many you have, up to the point where it pretty much doesn't fit on the screen anymore. So to make it easier on your eyes, let's go ahead and show you this. So this is pretty much the most important numbers in terms of how many you need to have. So 10 through 70, that's just okay. You know, you're not getting the most amount of value. After 85 of the Sora and Moogle Bs, you at least get 1 copy of every single Flantastic 7 medal individually, which granted is not very good because it's really the combo medal that's important, but you got all of them for free. And you get traits, and actually as you get more Sora and Moogle Bs, you actually get things like tier 10 subslot medals, you get some gems, so really sweet stuff based on how many Sora and Moogle Bs you have. But at the very minimum, you're aiming to get at least 85, because then you get 1 copy of every single Flan, and then at 100, not only do you get every single Flan, but you also get the combo medal and the title, which is pretty sweet. At 110 plus, you get every single Flan, 2 copies of the combo medal, 1 regular one and 1 boosted one, and then the title as well. So we're really aiming to get those 110 Sora and Moogle Bs, but at the very least, I would try to crack at least 100. Now that leads into the next question of how many Sora and Moogle Bs are available right now, because some of the events have already expired. So this is going to show you how many have existed from the beginning of the campaign to this point. So we had to divide this into 2 different groups. The first one is going to be if you buy VIP and you rank high, you rank first place in the raid week, you rank first place in the high score challenge, you rank first in PvP. So if you rank super high in all the events and you buy VIP, these are all the ones available to you right now if you started at the beginning of the campaign. So you could potentially have 131 without needing to spend any jewels whatsoever to this day. Now, the next question is, some of these have expired. So how many can I earn, starting with the events that are out right now? So if you're a VIP and you start now and you rank high, you can get as much as 83 Sora and Moogle B medals without having to spend any jewels. Now, this leads into the next group of people, who are those who do not buy VIP, and let's just say they don't care and they don't participate in any ranking events whatsoever. So in total, you could have potentially had 91 Sora and Moogle B medals if you started at the beginning of the campaign. But again, some people are just starting now. Some people are just watching this video and it's like, maybe I should care about these Sora and Moogle Bs. So if you started right now and you don't buy VIP and you don't care about ranking, let's just say you're rank like 100,000 and you get no rewards whatsoever, there are 63 Sora and Moogle B medals that you can still get without spending jewels if you complete the quest right now. Now, that is quite a far cry away from the 110 that you need in order to get the Flantastic Seven combo medal, as well as the boosted version of it. So that's quite a far cry, but we have to think about it like this. So the events go all the way until October 7th. It is currently September 22nd. So not only do we have the ones that are out right now, we will likely have more Sora and Moogle Bs available starting next week. So the raid event, the Union Cross event, both of those expire at the end of this week. Likely we're going to get new raid events and new Union Cross missions where you can get probably about 10 more from each one. So that's an additional 20. And likely they'll release maybe like 1 or 2 other quests where you can get about 5 to 10 each. So we are looking at potentially an additional 30 to 40 Sora and Moogle B medals being able to be obtained next week. On top of that, if you're VIP, there's likely another 10 Sora and Moogle Bs you can get there. So if you're VIP, you likely have anywhere between like 30 to 50 upcoming in the next week, whereas if you are not VIP and you don't care about ranking, you likely have another like 30 coming in next week. So what that means is that if you are a VIP and you do all the quests right now and you rank high, you do all of that, you likely are safe to get all 110 Sora and Moogle Bs. If you are not VIP and you don't care about ranking, you don't participate in the raid week, you don't participate in the high score challenge, anything like that, you'll likely have roughly about 93 to maybe just barely scratching 110 by the end of the event. So if you're not VIP and don't care about ranking, you might be falling a little bit short. But keep in mind, one thing about the game right now is that if you pull from the banners, there's actually a Sora and Moogle B every single time you pull. So let's just say you're not VIP and you don't care about ranking, you can actually just spend a few jewels and get some awesome medals along the way, and then just fill up the Sora and Moogle Bs that way. So if we go to the shop right now, as you can see, every single pull gets you a Sora and Moogle B. Now, if you have to do a 10 Mercy pull, that's an additional 10 Sora and Moogle Bs that you're getting. So between the events, it's likely that if you start now, you can actually still get all 110 Sora and Moogle Bs that you need in order to complete the event. So that is all for now. Let's go ahead and show you the big giant thing that shows you everything that you care about. Again, these are the current amounts that are out right now. Likely if you start right now, there's still a good chance that you will get enough Sora and Moogle B medals to get all Flantastic 7 as well as the combo that has a boosted and a regular version. So if you start now, there's still a chance, but the longer you wait, the more events expire. That chance gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. So my recommendation is start now, start building up, and make sure that you get those 110 Sora and Moogle Bs, because by the end of the campaign, having those free 8 medals, potentially 9 free medals, because it'd be 2 combo medals, 1 regular, 1 boosted, can be very, very helpful to some people. And we don't know if these are ever going to come back. So you might never be able to fill that album space unless you do it right now. And to be honest with you, they look super cute. So I would not pass up on being able to get these Flantastic 7. But with that being said, that's all for now. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord, get some additional off-hours help, and be able to talk to anyone in the Twilight Nights, go ahead and type that into your URL. It's right below the screen. It's a direct invite, and it never expires, so whenever you get to it, it'll be there for you. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.